What's going on, guys? It's John the Diesel Man and pulling this tranny, and yes, it's me. Even though you never see me doing the work on these trucks, I can do everything to these trucks. I've been doing it for almost 20 years. So yes, I do a lot of our work. Obviously, that's not where my best time is spent, but sometimes, like on a Saturday, I come in when something needs to get done and I'll do it. And that's what I'm doing today. And what I want to tell you is, before you go out and buy a truck, this truck ran and drove good, but I'm pretty frustrated. Pretty upset because I'm taking this truck apart and none of the bolts are the right size where they're supposed to be. I've taken so many of these trucks apart that I know where all the bolts are and what sizes they're supposed to be. And I'm in here and I'm with a 14 millimeter. It's supposed to be a 14. Somebody didn't put a 14 in there. They put a 9/16. You know, there's bolts missing in the bell housing. Transmission only had about 2 quarts of fluid in it. The front drive shaft bolts were loose. This mess right here is the reverse switch and the 4-wheel drive vacuum lines. You know, this whole entire truck, as I'm working on it underneath, someone just threw it together and miraculously it went down the road and worked. You know, this is the type of shit you get, you know, when you buy people's shit off Craigslist and eBay and all that stuff, okay? You know, I know what I'm selling because our guys or myself or other shops that we trust that are professionals have taken all of our trucks apart and put them back together. You know, if you guys want to go out there and spend 10, 15, 20 grand on a pile of shit, you know, expect problems, you know. And not only that, if you got to work on it, you don't know how to work on it, you know, it's going to be hell. We're going to put this truck back together. We got to buy all the right bolts for it, or find all the right bolts for it and put it all back together the way it's supposed to be, because that's what we do. You know, when you buy a truck from us, you know what you're going to get. You know, I was just thinking to myself as I was taking this apart, this is a perfect time to shoot a video, because it's, you know, I'm sorry, but if you're not a diesel mechanic, don't touch a truck. If you do not know what you're doing, don't touch these trucks, okay? Just because you went to Wyotech or some diesel school does not make you a diesel tech, okay? These trucks, all the time we get them, and there's bolts missing, shit's loose, things aren't done right, wrong bolts, sloppy work, okay? And to be honest with you, the kids out there, all they want to do is to run and drive down the road. They don't take the time to put the skid plates back in, or to tighten up the bolts in the transmission, or if all the bolts are there. You know, they don't. And that's what you're going to get. So this is like, be careful before you go buy something. Because when you buy something from us, it's guaranteed that we've taken the whole truck and put it back together. We've taken it apart and put it back together the way it's supposed to be from the factory. Okay, this is all we do is these trucks, and trust me, we know them in and out. So, you know, it's just frustrating. It's just absolutely frustrating. The exhaust wasn't hung up on the hangers. It was hung up on 2 hangers. There's hangers missing. The 4-wheel drive lines weren't hooked up. Bell housing bolts missing. Wrong bolts in here. And that's just, whoever took it apart and put it back together, they don't know what the hell they're doing, you know? And so this is the mechanic side of me coming out with frustration in this video. You know, if you don't know what you're doing, then don't work on something, you know? Guys call me applying for jobs every day. Guys, if you guys do not have 5 years shop experience doing this stuff every single day, if you're not organized, if you're not structured, then don't apply. You know, don't work on these trucks. Maybe you should be doing something else, like something else that you are good at. But people's lives, work schedules, everything is in the hands of these trucks when they buy them. They can't afford to be broke down. You know, if you buy a basket case, that's one thing. Or if you know that you're going in buying something that somebody worked on it and they didn't know what the hell they were doing, that's another thing. But a lot of people out there find these trucks and they think they're like the Holy Grail or something. They're not. These trucks are everywhere. and 90% of them were taken apart by somebody, and there's always stuff missing. So just be careful, all right? Just be careful. You know, we make sure we're going to put it back together the way it's supposed to be put back together. So it's just frustrating, man. It's just frustrating. So it's no big deal for me because I'll put it back together with everything the way it's supposed to be done at the factory. But, you know, if you're a customer out there and you're looking for one of these trucks, buyer beware, man. You know, if you know, there was a couple quarts left in that tranny. Okay, I don't know the condition of it. I know it shifted okay. We got to pull it apart, and if that transmission has issues, we're gonna have to fix it. But what if that was you? And you know, you bought that truck, and next thing you know, you're driving on a 1,500-mile trip with your family, and the transmission just shits the bed. You're out like 5, 6, 7, 8 grand, whatever at that moment it's going to cost you to get going again. So when you buy something from us, yeah, you pay the money, even though you're still getting a good deal. It seems like a lot of money, but it's not, because you know what you're getting. You're getting reliability, you're getting safety, and you're getting professionalism. And if you're not willing to pay for professionalism, then we don't want to sell you a truck. Maybe you should buy this stuff, you know? So there's all different types of buyers across the board. We're thankful for the people that love what we do. But, yo, if you're not a mechanic, don't even try working on these trucks because you don't know what you're doing, and you're going to cost somebody a lot of time and aggravation. But John and Dieselman will always save the day. And when you buy from NewYorkDiesels.com, you're always going to get a good truck. So I'm going to keep working and keep working on this because that's what I do.